We've made it. We've made it. Out of our high school current bedrooms. Super soakers and all.
Everybody knows exactly what Buffalo's room
made
looks
it.
like.
You guys are streaming the stream too. You want to
Out of our high school current bedrooms. Yes, we are. Flub number one.
right off the bat.
That wasn't in rehearsal, but we're here now live, and I know there's a bunch of you there live because we're just watching you in the comments. LFGs galore. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, my God. We're so pumped for this. We've been waiting to do this show for, I feel like, a year. Maybe 3 years, but really, a handful of months. LFG is here. Let's Fork and Go live, and it's part of our Hard Fork Gaming network and this crazy thing we're developing over here that we're going to let you know all about today. We got a lot of fun stuff planned. Giveaways, too. Lots of free stuff for you here in the stream. So the more you interact in the chat and you engage, and Buff is also going to bring those on the screen and show you off. So the more you do that, the more love you're going to get from us in the form of giveaways, and we're going to break down the giveaways. So just know lots coming your way, and if you are not on the stream, we're hooking you up too. So make sure to join us at hardfork.gg/whitelist. That's definitely the step one to get in with all the goods. And we're going to get into the latest news in the gaming Metaverse space, but also talk about some cool games you should know about. We're going to play some games live, bring on a couple interviews too. One of the guys is in the chat right now, Mr. NFTYQ, as a lot of you all know him, and also Peter in blockchain space, who is kind of the guild guardian, if you will, in this space. And he's talking about the evolution of gaming, what's coming to here. He's kind of has his fingers tapped in all the trends here. So I'm talking a lot. Matt, I want to hear from you because we have a couple of fine gentlemen right below here on the stack. We got Mr. Matt Wolf, aka E-Flow, and also Crypto Buffalo. And I'm Kokomo, but Twitter handles say something different, but we'll fix that out later. So, Matt, what do you got to say?
Yeah, Mr. Kokomo, thanks for the bringing it on in for us. We are doing a lot of giveaways on this show today. If you are familiar with Hard Fork Gaming, you'll know that we're kind of experimenting with this new Engage to Earn model. And Engage to Earn means that if you're hanging out on our Twitter, you're hanging out on our YouTube, you're hanging out in our Discord, we're going to just hook you up with some free NFTs. And one of the ways we're going to hook people up with free NFTs is you hang out on these live streams and you chat in this chat box. We're going to be giving you some free stuff. You get a car, and you get a car. Joe's got a car, Buff's got a car, everybody's getting cars. So if you're hanging out, you're chatting with us, you're engaging, we're going to hook you up with some free NFTs. And that pretty much goes for all of our future live streams as well. So make sure you're hanging out with us. And we're going to take little breaks throughout this show to just do some giveaways. But yeah, that's what I got to say about that. And I'm going to kick it over to Mr. Crypto Buffalo.
Oh, thank you. Good pass there. Hey, we're off to a crazy start here. Just going to give a shout out to all the lads in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces from Lad City. Our vibe, our tribe, the OVOT is very strong in the chat today. I just want to say a huge shout out to the Godfather of Lad City, NiftyQ. He's going to be coming on here in a sec and chatting up about gaming.
Throughout this show too.
And yeah, we're having some crazy feedback difficulties, so I apologize if you guys are hearing a little bit of echo, and YouTube is not allowing me to pull the chats in. So a little fun as we get going. But hey, I remember my first NFT live I did with Q, and we actually had to stop down about 3 minutes in and restart the whole thing. So we're going to get through this first one. It's going to be a lot of fun. And as Matt and Joe just mentioned, we're going to give away a lot of NFTs and have some great interviews as well. But I'm going to give it back to Kokomo as he takes it from here, and we're going to get this live stream going.
For show. So sorry about all the feedback. I want to see all the chats. So yeah, vroom. You got a lot of engagement. So the more you're chatting in here, we want to hear from you throughout this whole thing. Because honestly, we're experimenting, like Buff just said. So you know, lads and the whole gang, we all kind of brought this crew together. I guess we'll talk about Hard Fork just to start it off, and then what this show is, what you're going to expect from us. And also this new model we're playing around with this Engage to Earn model. We've been talking about it on Twitter and getting a lot of good feedback from some of the partners and the players of this space, the movers and shakers. And we're just seeing there's a cool evolution that's happening, especially in the gaming space with guilds and communities. So we're going to share a lot of what we're doing. But first of all, with this LFG show, we'll kick this off. This is going to be kind of like a every 2-week live stream. We're going to play with the times because I know we're trying to cater to everybody in the world, and it's tough in certain parts. I think it's Southeast Asia. A lot of y'all are with us as well. It's like 4 a.m., so I'm sorry. But we'll work on that. We'll figure it out. But either way, we're going to have replays. We're going to make sure there's segments of this chopped up all over. But LFG is all about giving you the latest gaming, metaverse news, bringing in the cool interviews of folks that are building in this space, investing in this space, and seeing the trends so you're tapped in as well. And then throughout the whole thing, engage to earn. We're always going to give giveaways. So we're looking at you. It's definitely like a two-way conversation. So throughout this whole thing, we'll try and prompt you to, I don't think we even need any prompting because this chat's going crazy right now. So if you're not live on the stream, go get yourself included in here. It might not be live, but we'll respond and we're watching you. But Matt, I want to hear, maybe you could break it down, this model and how it integrates with giveaways and really the bigger vision at Hard Fork. We can kind of give them a little scoop of that too.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, all of these crypto gaming, these blockchain gaming companies that are out there, they need help with marketing. They need reach, they need attention, they need onboarding, they need people to go and play these games for them. And Joe and I, our background is marketing. Buffalo too. He's big into marketing. Sorry, I doxed you. Kokomo and I, our background is digital marketing. So we're trying to figure out this sort of new way to bring digital marketing and Web3 together. And the best model that we really think is going to be super effective is this engage to earn model, where some of these game companies will provide us with NFTs as giveaways. We go and give them away to the community, the Hard Fork Gaming community, the squad as we call them. We give them out to the Hard Fork Gaming squad for free, and in exchange, you go talk about these games on Twitter. You make videos, you take screenshots, you get into the Discord, you tell other people about these games, and we build essentially like a little street team of people talking about these games. And it's a win-win-win all around, right? So the gaming companies, they get more exposure on the games. They get more gamers actually jumping into the games and playing. We get more exposure for things like our live streams, our Discord, so that we can land bigger and bigger deals with bigger and bigger games. And then, of course, you as the player get free NFTs, which you can go and play to earn with. You could go and sell them. You can hold on to for a while, potentially earn capital gains off of them, which is 100% profit to you because we're just giving them to you. And so it's just a giant win-win-win model where anybody involved in Hard Fork Gaming and whoever's hanging out with us and joining us in these various live places, we're going to hook you up. We're going to hook up the game companies, and we're all going to grow together. WAGMI, right? That's what this is all about. We're all going to make it, and that's what we're trying to build here over at Hard Fork Gaming.
We all going to make it for sure. So maybe I don't know if we do a little giveaway, a quick flash giveaway now, Matt. Are we capable of doing said thing, or is it too early in the show? What do you say? What do you say?
We could definitely do that. Do we have the little randomizer thing that we were looking at earlier ready to go?
I will pull that up in a second, but I definitely want to show off some on our Twitter here on the full screens. A lot of folks are having fun with these cars already. You can see on the track, I've seen some cool leaderboards. So I'm going to break down REVV Racing is what these cars are for right here. So you'll see Rev tagged a lot. They're one of the oh, there we go. There's Oprah herself. She showed up for the stream. Good to see you. She's back from retirement, but she's giving away cars. So, the way to do that, just to remind you, is join the hardfork.gg/whitelist, and it gives you a bunch of instructions. Matt, our tech genius here on the team, made it super simple for you to kind of walk through and give you the best option to win some games. I'm going to stop scrolling here, but you can see there's a lot of cars on here. But I can pull up that randomizer as well, so give me a second on that one. But this has been fun because the Discord's popping off. Everyone's kind of sharing ways to earn through REVV Racing, and I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks later on as that.
Llama 6666 wants to see the spinny wheel, Joe. So let's get the spinny wheel going.
Oh man, I don't know if we're capable of the spinny wheel yet.
No spinny wheel yet.
Let me see if
the wheel's popular over in Lad City.
I know. We got to figure out how to do that here for what we're doing.
We got Tim Hill on the line, Tennessee Tim Hill, I believe. Been seeing you in the community. Good to see you on the call, man.
Uh-oh. This might be an issue with the stream, boys. We're going to figure out this thing. So it looks like these stream comments aren't pulling in for that randomizer. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We got our first guest ready if we want to jump in and have the Godfather of Lad City, NFTYQ, come on in, and we're going to chat with him real quick about all things gaming and all things Lad City. Let's bring him on. What's up,
Let's fucking go!
This guy gets it.
That's right.
This guy gets it. There you go. And the first dab on our show.
First dab, LFG.
LFG indeed, sir. So how you been, man? What'd you get into today?
We had NFT live, just doing the live thing. I feel for you guys on the first episode, kind of like technical difficulties. I remember those days too, Buff.
Right? Yep. The first one I ever did with you guys, we had to restart it. This one, there was echo. YouTube wasn't pulling comments. And my pool guy decided to show up at the exact second we went live. And my dog started attacking him. And I almost had to get up and go get it. This live, baby. That's what we do, man. So.
It is live content, man. Listen, I'm not minting any goblins. I'm not minting any elves, memers, nothing, dude. I'm just like sitting back trying to survive the bear market. So that's what I'm getting into.
Okay. So give some advice, man. I know you've been in it for a minute and you've been through a couple cycles like myself. What do you give to people with their first bear market right now? What's some good tips to stay sane?
I mean, the biggest tip I think I've ever been told is that the survivors are the ones that are going to profit in this market, right? You just have to make it. You have to bridge yourself in some way or another to the next cycle, and then you have to understand that the next cycle is actually happening and what that is, right? If it was NFTs this past cycle, you had to survive after that ICO phase in 2017 and the end of 18. So really, guys, just stick it out, man. If you have to go back and go back to McDonald's and start working that counter again, you just have to make sure that you're coming back when that cycle starts to appear, because it really is about the survivors, man. This industry, this sector is all about that. It's going to go up. We just don't know when.
Yeah, that's a
not
good
financial
point.
Advice.
I don't know if I could ever give anybody advice to go back to McDonald's. That was my first job ever. And I don't know, man. There's so many better options out there. But hey, if you do work at McDonald's, just, take it easy on the fries.
Hey, no shame on that, man. I was a Burger King guy
Burger
myself.
King. To me, that's a step up, bro. You were working with the king, all right? I was working with the clown,
king,
all right? The king, this is a different ball game. But so Q, man, you were mentioning NFT Live, and I want to bring something up real quick. I want to bring up something that happened. What is this? It's been almost 2 years now since yourself started a show one day, literally about 2 years ago to the day. And I'm going to roll this right now. And you guys, this is history right here.
All right. Good morning. Good evening. Good night. It is not another episode of Layer 1 Live, not another episode
my God.
of Dimitri's Desk.
Who is this guy?
Not another interview episode. It is NFT Live, the first ever NFT Live episode.
Let's talk about wax.
This is going to be something that evolves over time, guys, but essentially...
Look, you haven't aged at all. I mean, you got the beard going,
live
but...
episodes is interact with you guys who are super interested in NFTs. I think it's going to be a
Do you
little
remember
bit
this?
more
Do you remember the feeling?
Of a streaming
No,
atmosphere.
no, we've done a lot of
other
live
pieces of
content
content for those of you
since
that are
this,
familiar with every
I
other
have
piece
no
of
idea. I
content
blacked
that
out,
we
I think,
do.
when I first started this.
But
Yeah, dude, I watched that first one. I literally watched your first couple of them, and I bought a plot on the Sandbox. And I have to make sure I say that right, because I want to bring up another funny moment on NFT Live that happened when me and Q got to hang out with two of our idols from a really kick-ass kids movie called The Sandlot. And this is what Old Buffalo did. Crypto gaming. And then I do a show called Lad City Radio, which is the radio station for this whole social community. After that, I am going to air The Sandbox for 12 straight hours. Not
Sandlot.
kidding. Sorry,
Sandlot. Oh, Buff.
there we go. Epic fail. I'm going to edit that part out. The Sandlot. Sorry. I'll never let that down. That was.
That has never happened to them before.
Right.
That's never happened to them before.
I think you're right, dude. Nobody's ever called The Sandlot the Sandbox. But hey, to my defense, on our rundown, the next topic after they left was to talk about the Sandbox Metaverse. I'll also show a clip, one of my favorites. Me and Q would always get real creative before the stream and try to come up with some kind of fun little thing, and we both missed out on Bitcoin Miami. But at the beginning of this stream, we headed to Bitcoin Miami.
Welcome back to another edition of NFT Live.
You still got that car?
Around the Metaverse.
Oh my
God!
God.
And we are
No, I
live
traded in for a Tesla.
from Miami. We are coming
Look
to
at
you
the
live from
Miami.
Miami.
The
We got
bandana.
FOMO, so we decided, hey,
I want that
I'm
I
buff
gonna
hair
understand.
again.
I'm gonna drive all the way
Oh, the
down
glasses.
Them were the
to Miami,
days.
and we're gonna hit the
God, we do
conference,
not
man.
fit in
How
that
you
car.
doing in the back, Buffalo?
My legs are numb. My legs are numb. I wonder what that speed bump was when you...
You got the microphone in the back seat.
Oh, my God. Good times,
good.
brother, man. How's NFT Live been since I left, man? What's your vibes over in Lad City? I see a lot of new, creators there. You've got Louis on Monday from Music Monday. Break down Lad City, man. What's going on in the city these days?
Yeah, so Lad City, obviously we're creating content every day, trying to at least, and we have a bunch of different content creators, having a community that's really, based in, I guess, like good vibes, right? Where you have a community that's not there just for any financial profit. You kind of are there learning about the space, growing, like having each other's back. And it's a community that's been around for a long time. So it's something that I'm super proud of. But yeah, I mean, at Lad City, we're just about education. We're about kind of fostering those community values. And we have a lot of things coming, through the pipelines, and we're excited to release that as we go. But yeah, NFT Live has been a great show. We're moving to Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. We have like a round table now, Buff. It's been hard to keep up with the space. I mean, as you guys know at home, as you guys know that are here with me right now, it's just completely impossible now to keep up with the space. Whereas that first stream with NFT Live, it was very easy, right? Like there were 4 things happening, and one of them was a William Shatner NFT drop that I look back at that, I'm like, what the hell were we doing? But it was fun.
How did that go with Shatner? Does this hold any value?
Where is he now?
Dude, have you looked at your Wax wallet? Have you looked at
Like
I
a
haven't
year.
opened my Wax wallet in like a year. Maybe I don't know. Tax write-off.
Right, there you go, man. I mean, that's a good question. So if you can't sell something that got rugged, can you still write it off? Essentially, because you still, do you have to like burn it? Like, that's one thing I still don't understand. If you have an NFT that loses all its value, you can't sell it to anybody anymore. How can you write it off?
Yeah, what do you do with it?
Still have it. You're our tax accountant.
Send it to yeah, I'm the guy to go do for this information. I assume you just, and I'm going to implicate myself, so I'm not going to say anything. But there's ways, I guess, you could get around some of that stuff. You just, send it to a burner wallet or something like that. Say, oh, look, my friend bought it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You didn't hear from me. The other guy said that.
He said it here live. So for anybody who just heard about NFT Live and Lad City, where's a good place for them to go? Lads.city, is that still a good place?
Lads.city, you can find all of our links to like our main network and our channel. Oh, you had it queued up. All right, I'd love to see it.
There we go.
Oh, we need to update this. Oh God, we got NFT Arcade there.
Oh, man.
These are
Pour one out for Caggion, my man.
old school NFT Live logo, dude. This is such a flashback. Wow. Lad City on YouTube. You can find NFT Live on Twitter. You can find Lad City on Twitter as well. That's mainly where we're being updated. We actually do have a website forthcoming that should be launched in June, and then we'll have some exciting updates after that.
Love it, man. I'm a big fan of the addition, especially Louis. That Crypto Boy compilation, I got to see Louis where he jumped in there at one point, was rapping with the girl. You've watched the Crypto Boy compilation a couple times? I think, right?
I like that guy, July. I like that guy.
Yeah, dude, I think it's one of those things that are they still doing the him and Easy doing the kind of free rapping Cypher Wednesdays or whatnot?
I think Cypher's pretty big. I don't know exactly when they do that, if it moved to Thursdays, but Cypher's a really big project, at least within the NFT music scene right now. They're not like popping off fully, but they're doing some legit shit.
Dude, I remember trying to rap with them, and I was gonna tell all the lads. I got some shout outs like DJ. I was like, dude, you laid down some great stuff. I wrote all that shit down. I couldn't fucking rap in it, and I was way off beat and everything. It was terrible, but I loved it. And my favorite is when I trolled Louis by saying, "Is that all you got, bitch?" And that was my sampler, and I kept saying it, and he thought it was a real person saying it. And he was ready to throw it. Dukes. He was ready to go.
You ready to go, bro? Who said that?
I'll never forget that one, man. So, Q, it's good to see you again, brother. What else would you like to talk about before we let you go, man?
Yeah, I'm interested in what you guys have been doing over at Hard Fork Gaming and like the gaming sector. Like, obviously, we cover all the industries within the NFT space. Even though it's small, it feels, like I said, like things are moving a mile, a minute. But for real, like gaming is something that I'm, super interested in and feel comfortable in, as opposed to kind of talking about art, which I'm trying to get better at, and music and how the NFTs will kind of unlock value there. But gaming's always something I fall back on. So I'm just interested to hear gaming stuff.
Have you played any games, any blockchain games yet yourself?
Phantom Galaxies I have played. I like it. I get the same motion sickness I do in Valheim buff. So I have to I'm gonna be squarely on the planet when Phantom Galaxies come out, and I'm gonna like send folks out
waving at people when they fly by.
Yeah, man.
But Phantom Galaxies, I've gotten into Avagachi, Thetan Arena. I was playing, so yeah, here and there.
Yeah, man. There's some fun stuff coming out, and yeah, we'll chat later on. There's a lot of money still getting pumped up, even in this bear market. It seems like there's more money than ever getting pumped into the gaming and metaverse space. It's got to be crossover and a lot more with the NFTs, of course. You know, it's like early days for games, but it all starts with NFTs. All the stuff you guys are covering over there at Lads. So it's yeah, I don't know. We're gonna be chatting more about the gaming and stuff. We'll probably bring you on for future sessions for sure.
Oh yes,
dude. We were just talking about this on NFT Live. And Gabe from BitLectra like made a great point that like right now the bear market and floor prices falling, all these different things. A lot of it has to do with the amount of people in the space. There's not enough volume, and the pie's not big enough to sustain like large runs. And you see like a lot of big pullback. Well, a lot of this is going to fall in the gaming sector, I think, because you have in a timeline where a lot of games raised a lot of money in the last 6 months to a year. You'll see those games start to actually evolve, and gaming's going to take on this, responsibility of bringing people into the space. I really do believe that. Illuvium, Star Atlas, all these games that are taking a while to be built, that's where the next million users is going to be found for the NFT space.
Yeah, man. And it's for the folks that believe in the space still, and hopefully don't get too I don't know, just get too cold feet on crypto with the whole bear market. I know I kind of dipped out for a minute when one of the downturns, but like, man, this is when the builders are happening, and this is when interesting projects pop up that most people might not even be aware of, but you could be the first there, get some cool NFT drops or airdrops like from us. Yeah, and that's what we're trying to spread around. But like you're right, man. Onboarding I think is going to come through games primarily, and education too. But we'll see. We're all kind of making it up right now. It's like creative days, so anything flies at this point.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Q, before we let you go, man, if you had to pick one game in the blockchain right now that you think is going to be the leader in this next kind of cycle or in the adoption, which one would it be?
I really like Illuvium. I think they do the DeFi portion. They make tokens a part of the game without making it the essence of the game or the focal point of the game. That's because they have that background from Kane Warwick over at Synthetics. His little brother, obviously Kieran, is the one that founded Illuvium. So I think if you get a game that's going to mesh tokens well within a broader system, it's Illuvium. Plus, I like TFT. I think they have a game that's not open world to start. They're going to launch that TFT version first and then be open world 2 years down the line or a year down the line. Whereas Star Atlas, it's like, okay, when is this getting done? Like that. I rather stick my horse with Illuvium.
Yeah, that's a good play, man. I mean, those Star Atlas trailers are amazing, but you can only play them over and over again so many times, and I think with Illuvium coming out with some smaller game play first and then the bigger world next, I think that's a good way to go, man. So, dude, Q, I can't wait to have you on again. We're going to have you play some games with us next time. We're going to get more of this stuff dialed in as we evolve this. You guys, this isn't just a stream. These are going to be events, and like Matt and Joe were saying, we're going to give away a ton of NFTs. And Q, man, I appreciate you, brother. If you guys haven't checked out NFT Live yet, I don't know what you're doing in this space. Go check it out on YouTube and go to lads.city for some really cool vintage icons of some shows that may or may not be around still more, along with a lot of great information.
I'm going to go delete
He's tearing them down right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Got a new website coming, man. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Thanks for having me. Really excited to see a new show pop up. Wish you guys the best when it comes to everything you're doing, man. This has been fun.
Awesome, brother. Thank you. Take care, my man.
See you soon.
Peace.
Peace. The Lad City is the that. I distance myself because we're live to do this. But no, we got to give a big shout out to Q, man, because he brought us all together. Like we tell a little tale really quick here. It was actually Buffalo. Matt and I were working together, and we started watching some Lad Cities, and we're like, the dude with the beard, not so much the long hair, I don't think he had that. We're like, he looks kind of familiar. Looks like a buddy of ours. And we actually were not placing him as Buffalo himself. It was a whole different friend. And then another buddy, Jason Moffat, another Lads, and he's been around the hard fork space. he brought us together, and we're like, holy crap, we knew Buff from like 10 years ago in the marketing, digital marketing space that we all kind of came from, production, and it was Q and Lads where our show kind of lived for a little bit. You know, it was maybe a month or so. We all connected, and it was, I don't know, just like opened up our eyes to this space. So definitely hats off. I'm not going to take it off because of these things. Hats off to Q. So Q, you rock, bro.
So much
thank
respect.
you,
Hats off. I don't want to.
Build up. There we go.
Build up. Tip of the cap, if you will.
Tip of the cap.
To my man, Nifty Q, the Godfather of Lad City, for coming on. Our next guest is here, and he is the CEO of Blockchain Space. We're going to bring him on in a sec, but Joe, it looks like you might have had a wheel going on here.
You were peeking, huh?
I'm
All
always
right.
peeking everything right now.
I know you are. I know. I got to get these tabs done. Yes, I figured out the wheel, so I had to. I don't know if this is the same wheel. It doesn't look as best, so I'm sure Q's got a much better looking wheel. If I zoom in more, it's not going to look good. Oh, there we go. So we got some names on the wheel. Let's spin the wheel. What's going to happen when this happens, Matt? To the winner. Maybe describe this.
My money's on green.
Oh, that was fast. Wait, where's the arrow? Oh, it's llama.
Llama. You're going to
winner.
I couldn't think of a better llama to win.
There you go.
What a
Throw
guy.
this stuff up.
So the way we're going to do this is if you jump into the Discord and just let us know, we'll hook you up with the NFT. Make sure you're on the Hard Fork Gaming whitelist at hardfork.gg/whitelist. We'll ask for your Ethereum/Polygon address there, your Discord ID, and your Twitter handle. You fill those three things out, and we'll be able to hook you up. So make sure you're on that whitelist and let us know in the Discord, hey, I won that contest. When Joe spun the wheel, when he spun that little wheelie thing, I was one of the winners. So give me my NFT. If you go say something along those lines, we'll hook you up. Just,
Should we?
after the stream.
I'm kind of feeling like we should spin one more.
Yeah, spin one more.
What do you say? What do you
let's
say,
spin
huh?
one more.
Let's reset that wheel. All right. So Llama got one. So hop into Discord, Llama. And Llama, if you go
No whammies,
again.
no
We
whammies,
got-
no whammies.
Okay.
Mr. Tim Hill.
Wait. It says Alien River.
Wait, I'm
he
confused.
said Tim Hill. I don't know. The arrow, this is all messed up. We're going to give it to Tim and Alien.
All right, Tim
that's
Hill
how we
and
roll
Alien
here.
River
You're
both
both
get NFTs.
Yeah, there you go.
Do it on the fly, boys.
That's how it works here. The
go.
wheel of magic, man.
The wheel.
You both get NFTs.
Oh, I see Llama's already in the Discord. You're on it. All right. See, that's how it's done right there. So make sure to go to hardfork.gg/whitelist. That's definitely step number one, as you can see in the bottom right corner there. Once you're in there, follow the directions like Matt showed, and it's actually going to look like a page like this. And then we'll get you in there, and you're all set to go. But as you said, Peter, I think, is waiting for us. Mr.
right.
Blockchain, the Guild of Guilds, the man himself. I think in the West Coast still. Oh, he's here.
He's here. Let's bring him on
All
right
right.
now.
Peter,
in.
Peter.
Welcome to
Yes, Peter.
LFG Live.
Hey.
Hey, long time no see.
Wait.
Thank you
Gotta
very
put a
much,
different
guys.
hat on.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Joe has to change his hat real quick.
Yeah,
there we
yeah,
go.
yeah,
Now he's got
Joe.
the right hat on.
Now we're looking good with the blockchain space hat. All right. Matt's a little slow on the trigger. How you doing, Peter? Been a while.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining.
Love the caps, guys.
Thank you.
Represent.
Oh, he went backwards for the logo appeal there.
Yeah, you got, wait.
There we go.
You did the same.
So.
There.
Just put on mine real quick.
Sorry, Buff. Man, yeah. So just for everybody else to know a little bit, we were hanging out with Peter on Friday, and it was epic. Thank you again, Peter. You know, you're on the West Coast here. We're down in San Diego, so we made the drive up to LA. You've been doing a whole North America tour right now, hitting up all the events and kind of making your name out here in the North American region. Kind of curious, what are you learning? What are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah. So I, being based out in Asia, it's hard to get a gauge on just kind of how visible your brand is on the other side of the world. And so, there's a lot of conferences happening at the moment in the US. There's about 6 or 7 different conferences that I'm going to jump between, and I've already been to 2 so far. So I've been to Permissionless in Florida, been to Axie Infinity Retreat in Vegas, and then now LA is just a little bit of downtime to spend some time with investors and meet with some top tier talent to just kind of get to know the people and the scene here a bit better. And then after this, I'm off to Austin for a couple more conferences, so Decentral, Consensus, and then there's going to be NFT NYC and Collision Conference. So NFT NYC is in New York, and then Collision's in Toronto. So packed agenda for the next coming weeks.
And yeah, and you're speaking at one of them in Austin, I believe. That's what we just found out today. Matt was researching.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm going to be on the panel together with one of our guild partners, so Play for Change, who's Victor Caribe. He invited me to go speak on the same panel together with him to talk about kind of the future of, I think, gaming guilds and play to earn. So that's going to be really exciting. Very, very glad to kind of like connect with a new crowd, right? Because again, like it's really easy to kind of navigate the Asian markets, but then coming out to the US is a whole different beast.
Yeah, man. Well, that's what. Let's give folks a little walkthrough of what blockchain space is, because you might be a new face, a new brand to a lot of folks here, and like you were just saying, in North America, you're not quite here yet, but you're doing a whole marathon here. But in Southeast Asia, I mean, you're huge, and I'm actually on your site here. I think you're tracking almost 24,000 play to earn guilds at this point. Over 2 million players in the metaverse. Talk to us about that a little bit and what you guys are doing.
Yeah, so we're actually one of the largest data aggregators of gaming guilds in the play to earn space in the world. Right? And so what we've been doing is actually looking at all the data behind kind of like the earnings and the performance behind guilds to basically help guilds, use their data to access new services. Right. So we support guilds in a couple of different ways. The two ways are mainly the first one is like we're a sales force for guilds. So we do like CRM solutions. We help them to automate payments and payroll. You've got to think of guilds kind of like as a business, right? And that the larger their guild becomes, the more difficult it is to be able to track transactions, performance of kind of people playing games, and more difficult to kind of like do payroll services as well. And then the second thing is by using all that data, which is kind of like it's already there on the blockchain, right? So we just make it easier to kind of filter and sort, is by tracking all that data, to a specific guild, we can enable kind of like financial services to be built around that. So imagine getting access to credit, or imagine being able to get access to kind of NFT loans to be able to scale your guild, right? And in the future, and very, very near future, where we're also coming out with a mobile wallet, where hopefully in the future you'll be able to use your mobile wallet like an extension to your kind of like guild balance, and then you can basically go into shops and pay using your guild balance, right? So I think that's pretty exciting.
No, you're doing a lot, man. I'm kind of showing some stuff on screen, and I mean, it's crazy. And you have a roadmap. I know you have a token as well, the guild token. So I mean, you have a lot of things on that. There's a lot of information on blockchain space.asia, and everyone should check out the insights too. They're definitely interesting because you're tracking all this data. I'm trying to pull it up here, but it's there it is. It might take a second to load. Here we go. So just to kind of get a picture of some of this data, you make it easy for folks to look at this, and it's 24,000 guilds. You could look at the demographics of where most of these guilds lie, because what you're doing is powerful, especially when it comes to, like you said, NFT loans and financing. I mean, you're opening doors for people in ways that haven't been possible before NFT gaming, right?
Yeah, that's right. So if you think about it, like I still like to think of guilds as like kind of digitally native businesses in Web3, right? And those businesses need as much support as possible in this kind of like very volatile market, right? Games are constantly changing, right? And even like the players that are going to be playing the games for the guilds on their behalf, right? They're changing all the time as well. And so these guilds need as much support as possible. And now by being able to identify like the best performing guilds, you're able to actually connect those guilds to investors, right? And investors, they want to be able built into the best asset managers out there, right? So if a guild is the best, performing guild in a certain region, you can also say that they're the best, asset manager of like these NFT assets, right, in that region as well. And that's what investors want to see. They want to know, like, if I wanted to take a bet on someone managing my assets, because not everyone wants to have to manage their own gaming assets, right? Then you'd go to the guild and ask them to manage that as well. The other thing that I'm seeing right now, and I just finished a lunch with a guy that had a really interesting take on the how things are going to play out. And I was just explaining to them that, guilds are not just GameFi centric, but they are looking into other kind of like NFT classes as well. So you can look at like just regular NFTs. You can also look at like token investments, SAFs, and things like that. And you could probably see like guilds as like mini DAOs in the future. And I don't want to confuse anyone, but imagine that the way I see a guild is like an organized community, right? And that organized community, it basically will have like multiple different revenue models, right? And one side will be GameFi, where they start to earn from like the gaming stuff that they're doing. And then on the other side, you might be investing into NFTs, where the community really loves certain NFT projects and they help that project to become successful. Then on the other side, you've got a couple of token projects that you want to invest into. And then basically all those earnings are basically what we call the whole entire guild earnings, right? And that could be shared within the community in a DAO structure. So a DAO structure being that, everyone owns a piece of like the revenue. And so like, let's say if I'm the one that's playing computer games all day, I don't want to be just earning like the small amount from the game earnings right now. But if the DAO, if the guild and the DAO is profitable, from other revenue sources, I want to be able to get a cut of that too. And that's kind of how I see guilds kind of playing out is, the revenue should be shared amongst all participants. And then you don't have to do it so that it's like, oh, you've been playing Axie, so you only get Axie earnings. It's now you've been playing Axie, but you're part of the DAO and you get part of like the entire revenue for the whole DAO, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, man. And that's fascinating. I mean, that's where guilds are so interesting and can be formed in all different ways. And that's what we were talking a lot about on Friday is how the structure of these guilds are changing. But it's like the core thing is the community, of course. It's always based around people, who's involved, but it's how you structure this. They can kind of be arranged in a ton of ways. I'm kind of curious of where you see, because you had a tweet, and I want to make sure you're a proper Twitter degen very soon here, Peter. I know that's what you're aiming to be. You should go follow Peter on Twitter. But you were saying something, you're seeing trends for learn to earn and guild communities branching out of the play to earn space, and kind of curious of what are some models that you're seeing that we should be keeping a look at, like how are guilds evolving in some other ways, maybe more on like, this learn to earn concept and all these people you're chatting with. I'm sure you're hearing a bunch of ideas.
Yeah. So, these guilds, again, like what they do that's very important is they onboard people that are non-Web3 native into the Web3 space, right? And so how they do that is going to be through multiple different kind of paths, right? And what we're seeing right now is that, just because the gaming earnings aren't that high for a lot of games right now, that, you're seeing different kind of models that are coming out. And I just call it X to earn, because there's so many now. Like there's move to earn, there's I don't know, there's a dance to earn. I think there's probably even a drink to earn. I saw that somewhere. Right? And there's now learn to earn. And learn to earn is like a really fascinating one where, the idea is that, the first way to get into Web3 has to be through one of these vehicles. And like, learn to earn makes a lot of sense for people that are non-Web3 native, especially in like developing markets right now. So again, like Play for Change is doing something really interesting here where they go to Brazil into the favelas and they work with NGOs that are teaching kids how to learn about crypto and about Web3. So they're teaching them about wallets, MetaMask, how to make transactions, and then they can earn tokens in doing that, right? And that's by having those tokens can then be converted into different types of assets, right? And a natural progression might be that, let's say if that guild is already in the GameFi space, you convert your learn to earn tokens into gaming tokens or gaming assets, right? Where now let's say you go into Axie, right? And now you have your first team. And then for the great thing about these gaming models right now, like Axie, is something called like the breeding mechanics, right? So when you actually play the game and you earn a certain amount, right, then you can reinvest that earnings. So the SLP that you earn in Axie can be reinvested into kind of breeding out your characters and then having more Axies, right? And then the more Axies that you own, right, then the more potential you have to earn. So it's like, if you think about it, the person who came in through the Brazilian favela, right, in the NGO scenario, right, put in zero capital, right, to get into Web3, but then had the opportunity to get into a game like Axie, then breed those characters, and then start up like a small little business, like a micro business, right? And the more you do that, the more you reinvest your earnings back into like having more characters, the more earnings you're going to have. And these kids literally have no way to earn right now. So I see this like massive social impact narrative happening right now, where from zero capital investment, these people have now become Web3 native, right? And then they are, able to actually set up like a micro business of their own, right? And then they can have passive income from that business. And I think that's super fascinating at this stage.
Yeah, man. I think, and there's some comments in here talking about how, getting kids involved with Web3. I mean, there's such like a bigger mission with what you guys are doing. And like we told you on Friday, you were one of the 3 on our whiteboard that were like, man, Peter and blockchain space, they're doing something different, and the data and just looking at the data in different ways, but also giving tools and options for so many different people to onboard into Web3. That's what we were just talking about with NFTYQ just now. Is gaming's going to be kind of that indoctrination to crypto and education for so many people, especially in the bear market, I would imagine. What are some some thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I mean, like the ultimate narrative for us, and like the goal why we do what we do, right, is what we social mobility, right? And the idea of social mobility is that people are kind of born into certain social circumstances that are completely out of their control, right? So in the Philippines, that's really evident. Like there's a lot of politics, there's a lot of corruption, and this means that certain kind of like labor conditions don't allow you to progress past a certain point, right? And right now, like if you ask the average person in the Philippines, like, what do you aspire to be, right? And a lot of them will tell you that they want to work in the BPO industry. So that's called the business process outsourcing industry. So that means foreign companies setting up in the Philippines, and then these Filipino providing kind of like call center services for these foreign companies, right? And the highest you can get is probably to like a very senior management level. And, you wouldn't dream of actually kind of owning your own business beyond that, right? You might be able to set up some kind of like small kind of like businesses on the side, but, it will be very much limited by the potential of that particular market and, what you can do there. But like what's happening right now with, the metaverse in general is, anyone with a mobile phone and an internet connection basically can access the metaverse, right? And so, Web3 gaming is basically part of this metaverse, right? Even access to NFTs is a part of that metaverse. Like being able to invest into tokens of any sorts is part of the metaverse, right? So now you've got these people that have basically, they've become borderless, right? They now able to access this global 24/7, digital economy, right? Where no one tells them like where the sky's the limit, right? No one tells them that you can only get to a certain point. And I think that's what's happening right now, is that, the more interesting part is, especially with that learn to earn aspect, like people are coming in for free, right? And they're participating in this, this Web3 economy, this metaverse, right? And they're able to set up these businesses, and it's global, right? There's no like one specific boundary that says like, no, you have to, you can only get to a certain limit, right? And I think that's really what's fascinating, and that's kind of like what drives my imagination every day, is like, how far can this thing go?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I actually had a question about the guild tools, because I know blockchain space, you've got a suite of tools as well, and so like, when most people think about gaming guilds, people in the space at least, they think of like the YGGs and the avocado guilds and these really monstrous guilds. But the reality is the majority of the guilds in this space are actually small guilds with just like a handful of players. And one of the things I know blockchain space is doing right now is actually creating like a suite of tools to make managing these guilds a lot easier. I mean, we tried to manage an Axie guild for a little while, and just that process of setting up a new wallet, creating a new account inside of Axie, connecting the wallet to the account, giving the login detail, all of that kind of stuff that you have to do just in order to get a scholar playing can be kind of a pain and sort of overwhelming for the average person who isn't running a guild. And I know blockchain space is building a lot of tools to make a lot of that kind of stuff easier for people. So I was wondering if you could speak into some of the tool sets that you have, and maybe give an idea of people who are listening, if you want to start a micro guild and have 5 or 6 people playing under you using your assets, what sort of things does blockchain space provide to help them do that?
Yeah, so we are focused on kind of like two kinds of tool sets right now. So the first is like community management, and usually that typically happens within Discord itself. So we noticed like a lot of those communities are Discord native. Even if you're running like a micro guild with only 10 players, you're typically communicating with that community in Discord all the time, and then you'll create all those multiple different channels, and you want to be able to do announcements and like move people from one place to another, and give them some kind of like transparency on their earnings as well. So the first place that we actually help people is within Discord itself. So we provide community management tools through Discord bots. Right, we have a couple of different Discord bots. The first one being focused on Axie, and then the second one now being a more universal bot for all guilds, and we call that Guild Bot, and that's going to be coming out of private alpha soon. So from there, you basically can do things like application screening. So you can invite people into your Discord server, say, please fill out this application, tell me about your background, right? So that I know whether you're a good fit for the game that we're playing, right? And that kind of starts from there. And then the second part is really showing them their earnings just by writing a / command and saying, can I get the balance, right? So you go /balance, and then you're able to see your earnings in real time, right? And that really helps with like transparency for the community itself and for your players that are playing on a daily basis. Then on the second side, we go into kind of like more into guild management, which we call our CRM or ERP solution, which is if you have basically all your accounts, which are already linked to the Discord bot. Now, all these accounts, you can now see holistically how much you're earning as a whole guild. And that's really for the guild manager. So remember, Discord for the community directly. And then we have a tool called Kaizen, which is our CRM ERP solution. And that's for the guild manager. Right? And then from there, you can basically see as a guild manager, how is my guild performing? And then automate some of the transactions that you're doing. Right, things like automated payroll solutions, automated assignments of people into certain accounts, right, and just like transfer people in and out, right. So then it just becomes a lot easier. Think of it as like Salesforce, basically for the GameFi scene.
I mean, this is huge. I feel like you're ahead of the game on so many fronts, and laying the infrastructure and the tools, and obviously you have all the connections. You have the almost 24,000 guilds and over 2 million people. So, I mean, that's immensely valuable to so many people. And not only just, you know, the games, because you're obviously, a lot of them benefit from you and the onboarding, but all these scholars are the people that are maybe wanting to hold these guilds. I think it was a great question, man. I haven't even thought about that, but there's so many micro guilds. And I remember you told us on Hustle and Flowchart, our podcast, maybe a month or so ago, that there's way more of these micro guilds than the macro guilds that might have, you know, thousands of people. It's what, like the average is something like 7 people, I think.
Yeah, so I think the average now is slightly higher, just because the more data that we aggregate, usually the numbers start to move around a bit. But I don't think it's moved that much. Like I think the average is around 22 accounts now per guild. And that's probably also because, you know, a lot of these guilds have just not stopped reinvesting back into their guilds, right? And then increasing those numbers. Right, so when you started with 7 accounts, now you got 20 accounts, and it's not that hard to do that, even within the space of like, you know, a month. Yeah. Right. So yeah, the micro guilds observation. So that we were the first ones to basically map out the whole guild ecosystem in the world, right? And we did so by predominantly actually focusing on Axie, because Axie was holding around 60-70% like market share of all games in the world at the time, right? I think it might be around like 40 now, right? Which is still ridiculously high. I mean, the next game after Axie is still very, very small by comparison. If you consider Axie might have around 3 million wallets, or around 700,000 daily active users, you know, the next one going down might only have like around 100,000 wallets, and probably less daily active users, like 20-30,000 or something, right? Yeah. So there's a big difference between Axie and the next game. And so what we did is we dug really deep into like the on-chain data and coupled it together with some off-chain data, and we were able to kind of like see what the trends were for all of these different guilds. And we realized, yeah, there is a massive long tail of guilds where most people don't own more than 100 accounts, or more than, you know, like not in the thousands, which was a very there was a misconception previously, because the guilds that are making the most noise and most visible on Twitter are usually the ones that are really well funded, and, you know, have very big followings, right? And that's not basically their fault. You know, it's they are, you know, they're just larger, and they have a much larger presence, right? But there is a massive long tail of guilds, and so you wonder kind of like, okay, so the ones on Twitter, which we call macro guilds, which are above 1,000 accounts, right? Are they kind of driving the whole space? And then we realized, like, if we dug into the data, no, they weren't. Right. So if you have a look, if you split it up between macro, mid-tier, and micro guilds, we're looking at only around 1% of the total kind of like accounts coming from macro guilds. Then I think it was around 2% from mid-tier guilds, and then around 97% coming from micro guilds. So it was absolutely the large majority is coming from micro guilds, right? Wow. And if you think about it, why did it play out like that? You can actually, it's basically this whole social mobility narrative basically playing out. And it just got justified with the data. So if you think about it, so in the Philippines, you know, Axie went absolutely viral. Around over 2 million players came in from the Philippines alone, right? And what happened was a lot of those people either started off as scholars, so basically someone playing someone else's loaned account, and then going through that phase, like, so exactly that narrative that I was talking about. So they own their first account, then they start reinvesting the earnings of their first account to be able to create, you know, these micro guilds, right? Yeah. So they go from owning one account to owning 20 accounts, right? And then from 20 accounts, even today, I think you could still get around $200 to $300 net, you know, per month, right? Which is still pretty good, you know. And that's, think about it, in a developing market, getting like $200 per month is like, that really helps.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's totally game changing. Yeah.
So I've seen a few questions down in the comments about where people can go use these tools. If somebody wanted to sign up for your Discord bot or your Kaizen tool, where's the best place to go and log in and set these tools up for people?
Yeah, so the Kaizen is available on app.blockchainspace.asia. You can also find it on our website, blockchainspace.asia. It's there under the Kaizen button. And then for the Discord bot, if you're using Axie in particular, just look up the Axie Academy bot, right? Axie Academy Discord bot. The guild bot itself, which is going to be more universal across different games, is still in private testing. So if you want to test it out with us, then drop me a line on Twitter, and then we can give you access.
Go follow Peter on Twitter. Go get him.
That's right. Peter, thank you so much for coming on, man. I have to ask you, what's your relationship with gaming, and what is your favorite game of all time?
Oh, man. So, yeah, I have to be honest, like, I'm not, like, the best role model as a gamer. So, I mean, like, I'm more of a Call of Duty guy.
Okay.
So,
I
definitely spent a lot of hours in front of COD over COVID. Yeah, I think I'm more of a Call of Duty, and then like you know, we'll play around with mobile games, especially just killing time on the mobile. But yeah, Call of Duty is probably the one for me.
Nice, man. And one last question before we let you go. What is your vision with blockchain space 5 years out, 10 years out now? What is your main goal? If you could step back and go, yes, I did it with blockchain space, what would that look like?
So yeah, so I mean, I guess we're already trying to execute part of that vision, which is making, you know, internet funny money through the, you know, gaming through the gaming scene in real life, right? So we want to be able to allow people to run their guilds as if it was, you know, a regular enterprise, and you know, have a mobile app or a credit card on the other end where you can actually spend all of that money in real life, you know. And I was thinking about that when I was sitting at lunch earlier. You know, I want to be able to use my app and my in-game earnings to be able to pay for this meal. And so that's kind of where I see it. In the same time, obviously, what you want to be doing is uplifting lives, you know, especially in developing nations. I think that's a metric that we probably don't focus on enough, which is I'd love to know, you know, how many lives did we really change, you know, and uplift, you know, along the way. And I think it's not going to be geography specific. I think there's going to be, so the way I see it is like, you know, again, different games, different regions of the world. So if you can earn $15 a month, that might not be enough for Filipinos to be interested, but that might be enough for Venezuelans to be interested, right? So I'd love to see like Venezuelans like moving up, you know, a notch, right? And then again, like, you know, $20, $50 per month, that might not be enough for Filipinos, but it might be enough for people in Brazil in the favelas, right? And so, you know, I'd love to get that metric to see how many people, you know, how many lives we touched and how many people were able to kind of bring into Web3.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Appreciate everything that you've done. When I first moved down to San Diego and hung out with Matt and Joe, I put your name at the top of our whiteboard, and I'm pretty sure it's still up there. And last Friday, y'all got to hang out. Sadly, I wasn't able to go up to LA. I think, Joe, you might have a picture of that. What y'all get into on Friday?
It is ready.
Yeah, there it is.
Y'all have a pretty good smile going on there. What
This
y'all
might
get
be
into?
after about 5 drinks, actually, but
It was a good time. Thank you, Peter. Man. Yeah, man. You're a great guy. I just love the vision and everything you're doing, man. So I appreciate you spending the time with us here, too. And excited to see where blockchain space goes. And also, you know, there is a token, the guild token. You didn't mention that, but that's on the website. And I mean, just go peek at that, because there's a lot of ways to get involved with blockchain space. And if you believe in the mission, obviously, there's a lot of ways to get involved with blockchain space. So appreciate it, Peter. And I'm sure we'll chat pretty soon here.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me on.
Awesome, man. Take care, brother.
See ya. Good times.
good stuff. You know what I think we should be doing right now?
Oh, I know.
I think we should be spinning that wheel, but I want to get more people involved. So I want to pose that question to the audience, to the chat. The same question that Buff asked Peter. What's your favorite game? I don't care if it's blockchain, non-blockchain. Just post it in the chat. What game? You know, what game really? I'm not going to say it. I will say it. What game liquidates your shorts?
Oh. You get a quote.
I did it. I said it. What game? What's the game that you really dug either growing up, right now, blockchain game? I want to know. Just throw some games in there, and the more people that get involved, the more people end up on that wheel. So
that is true.
Yep.
Let's spin it.
He said it. He meant it. He's here to represent it.
Hold on, I'm loading the names. We got some more people getting involved. So hold on, we got to give a sec. Give a sec. Well, any debrief from Peter? Like, we learned a lot of stuff from hanging out with the guy, and there's a lot of interesting events he mentioned. Matt, you were looking up all sorts of events. So I forget what was the name that he's speaking at. It's in Austin, Texas.
I believe he's speaking at Consensus.
Consensus, yeah. Which I think they were telling us that's the one to be. So if you're around in the U.S. and got the time, as I prep these names for the giveaway.
Yeah. Man, so people are bringing back some memories. Wordle. Wordle's fun, man. Wordle's really addicting.
Bringing back memories. It's still
Zelda,
here.
Breath of the Wild, that game's
Zelda.
my jam.
Well
I still play Breath of the Wild a lot to this day.
Yeah.
SimCity, yeah.
I tell you what, whoever says my favorite game on there is going to win in an NFT.
I know what it is,
straight
but
up.
There you go.
And if you're paying attention, it should be right there in front of your face. Also, if you're listening,
If you paid
might
real
even
close
get a little
attention,
further.
if you paid real close attention today, I do believe NFTYQ actually named it earlier.
I think he did. I know he did. But we'll wait for the winner there. I'm gonna get this wheel ready. Hold on, let me just
Half-Life, that's a good one. Nice job.
Oh yeah, Half-Life.
Super Mario, always a classic, started it all. Spy versus Spy.
Oh, I remember that
Hello.
on NES. Yeah.
All right, let's spin this wheel, and we're gonna keep rewarding folks. So keep the chats coming, and share it around too. Don't just keep it for all of us. Let some other people know what's going on here. I'm gonna spin this wheel, and I promise next time we do this wheel, next show, we're gonna have a better looking wheel. Spinning.
I'm not shouting anybody out until I know for sure it's confirmed.
Yeah, see it? Like, it's doing this weird thing. I'm sorry for that arrow, but here we go.
Rostov
Insight. You are a winner. And make sure
Listen to
you're
that crowd. They're so happy.
Get it! You get a car!
Good job.
I don't know who that guy was.
Farmville. All right. Now you're pushing it.
All right.
Now you're just engagement farming.
All right, fine. We'll spin it again.
spin.
All right, we're doing
to
it.
the wheel.
Who do we got?
Dale.
Dale.
Well done, Dale. Well done.
Get it.
Go Dale, go Dale, go Dale!
All right, so you know what to do. You got to go, if you are not yet on the list, the whitelist, go to hardfork.gg and /whitelist and go sign up. Go follow the simple details. It's pretty simple. Takes a couple seconds. Follow the instructions and join us in the Discord and let us know that you won. And I saw a bunch of messages already. So, boys, we got some work to do.
We will make
this
these
stream is done.
contests smoother in the future, I promise. This is just the first
Every
one. We're figuring it out.
event that we go live will be 10 times better than the previous. I promise you that. It is my job in life to try to make these better. Also, the comments that you guys are saying will be on the screen next time. I believe it was a vMix update along with YouTube not connecting right.
Oh, shucks.
Would have had to restart in order to do that, but we're not going to do that. We will move forward. And we are already over an hour, by the way, on our first stream together live with LFG Live. How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Feel loose now? Not as nervous as you were at the beginning?
Well, we already got through both the interviews that were live. Those worked. Woo! Yep. Did a little flub in the beginning, but that was going to happen. Oh, yeah. There we go. Rostov's in the Discord already. I like to see it. People are
Hash
on
Rhyme
it.
says Castlevania. We were just talking about Castlevania yesterday.
Which one, though? Which one, Hash Rhymes?
Come on.
All of
Let us know. Let us know.
The second one?
Not the wheel. Message retracted.
Oh, man. All right, so, Matt, I'm going to pose this to you because we have not even covered some of these headlines, news, or events. I know we could do those kind of quickly because we have some games to get to and, of course, more giveaways. We are going over an hour, but we didn't really promise an end time on this bad boy.
There's no time limit.
No guarantees. No guarantees
There we go.
from us.
Wasn't on the wheel. David, all right, we're going to make sure that you are on there next time. Just reading the comments.
Yeah, we'll get that fixed. You know what? Let's jump into a little news thing that I saw today that I think is actually pretty exciting. So this guy, his name is DrDisRespect.
I know that guy.
He's
as tall as me.
He is. You know what they say? He's at the tippy top of the mountain. But you know what, Buff?
He's only halfway there.
He's only halfway there. And DrDisRespect is getting into Web3. He's partnering with Polygon Studios. So he's got a game company called Midnight Society, and they're working on a first-person shooter game. If you follow DrDisRespect, he's one of the best first-person shooter gamers out there. You know, he's got this this crazy mullet and mustache and sunglasses, and looks like he talk a lot of crap, but he backs it up. He's really, really good at these games. He's building his own first-person shooter game, and he is partnering with Polygon Studios to make it Web3 and to actually have NFTs. And we've talked about this a lot on past podcast episodes and past videos, and I really think the trick to mainstream adoption of crypto gaming is to get some of these traditional gamers on board, playing them, talking about them, getting them on stream. Guys like DrDisRespect, guys like, Mr. Beast, guys like Carl from Mr. Beast, who plays a lot of Minecraft. Guys like this. I don't know a lot of gamers' names, I'm sorry. Guys like Ninja. Ninja's another big name, right? Guys like this, if they start talking about NFT games and they start playing crypto games on stream and they start talking about the benefits of like this character that I just got, like once I'm done playing with it, I can go resell this character in the future. Once they start talking about that, that's when the traditional gamers start coming over. Now we hear a lot of crap lately about traditional gamers saying they hate NFT gaming and all of that kind of stuff, and there's been lots of polls taken, but quite honestly, I think that's the vocal minority. I don't think that is the majority. I think most people don't give a crap whether there's NFTs involved or not. They just want games that are fun, that they can get hooked on and play with their friends and stream live. And DrDisRespect partnering up with Polygon and making some games with them that leverage Polygon. That could be the trick there. So I'm really, really excited about this news. I think DrDisRespect going over and working with Polygon is big news, and I think that's not financial advice, but I think that's pretty bullish for Polygon as well. So that's my thoughts there. I actually pulled up a couple news articles, but they pretty much say the same thing.
Look at you. No sound effects. Sorry. We will cause a lot of issues.
And here's another news article that says the same thing. So I got two news articles with pictures of DrDisRespect. That's really, the best thing you're getting out of it is pictures of this guy's beautiful face. But, one of the things that I found interesting, one of the things that DrDisRespect was talking about this is when you think back to like gaming traditionally, right? You used to go to the store and buy games. You used to go to Computer Depot or Fry's Electronics or Radio Shack. I don't know if they sold games or not. You used to go and buy these games and actually own physical copies. And when you were done with the game, you can go sell it and get the money back on the game. Well, nowadays, most games are just digital, right? You just get a license code, you download it onto your Xbox, you download it onto your computer through Steam or whatever. You own that game now, but you can't get your money back out of it. You can't go resell that game later. Well, NFTs kind of reopen that door now. Now you're not selling the game, you're selling the in-game assets, but it sort of gives you that ability to play a game, and then when you're kind of over the game, when you're done playing the game, you can actually still recoup some of that and get some out of it again. And, that to me, I think is a very valuable point to be made in Web3 gaming. So really exciting news in my opinion.
Onboarding is necessary, and yeah, the traditional gamers, there's got to be someone that's leading the charge, and it seems like he's going to be probably the loudest voice, at least currently, and then building tech on top of that, which is super interesting, and a game. So it's like, come on, this is going to get interesting. And, there's a lot of, actually, in my little news story, which I'll cover as well, I guess it kind of plays into this, because there's a big old fund now. There's a big $4.5 billion gaming fund that's being led by Andreessen Horowitz and their whole investment firm, and it's for exactly what you're talking about, Matt. It's investing in gamers. It's investing in new creators and how to monetize. And we'll just jump on into it just so we keep some pace here. And you can check it out. They're actually calling it Crypto Fund 4. This is the fourth fund that this A16Z crypto. It's basically their division. I'm sure you've seen it around, and there's definitely thoughts about getting the big, deep pockets in Silicon Valley into the Web3 space, and maybe we could discuss that, boys and girls watching. But this article is really cool because it actually paints a picture for why it's a really good time to build, which in this bear market right now is a perfect time for building. And that's why you're seeing so much money getting pumped into this space is they're not thinking in the now, they're thinking in the future. So when there's a lot of traditional gamers here, when there's a lot of new tech going, I mean, they talk about how, there were waves in computing essentially comes in 10 to 15 year increments. including PCs in the 80s, internet in the 90s, mobile computing in the aughts. I actually use that word. And then now more blockchain focused on crypto, or Web3. And these guys they're investing a ton. It's a total of 7.6 billion in total they've put into this. So you definitely want to research on, in this. I think if you're in crypto, if you're a builder, this is something to look into. I'm not sure how to get the money, but you know what? If you have a good project and a deck and you look like you pull it off, they're investing in teams and people in the long run. So if you kind of have that in mind and you kind of fit inside of this whole thing, they're investing in all sorts of money. I'll just projects, Web3 games, DeFi, decentralized social media, self-sovereign identity, infrastructure, bridges, DAOs, governance, NFT communities, privacy stuff, creator monetization, finance, applications, and so much more. Story creation, all sorts of things. I mean, we've talked a lot about Unreal Engine, and there's so many people that can develop these interesting characters now. Like, we're actually playing around a lot with Unreal 5. And if you have the PC or something to handle all that, I mean, that could be something, that's a whole opportunity right there that we're seeing pop up that's fresh. That's the kind of stuff that these guys are investing in. And, this is always an interesting, I think Buff maybe used this in the past, but it's such a, or someone did. I
still
forget.
Can't believe that. Yeah.
It's so good. Internet may be just
I'm
a
still
passing
skeptical,
fad,
to be honest.
as millions give up on it. This was back in the aughts. So if we're talking about, the early 2000s, well, that's exactly when this newspaper article came out.
One of my favorite things about that last article you were looking at, and you didn't even highlight it, was that they're going to put some of those funds towards creator monetization.
Oh, I said it. Yeah, I didn't highlight it. There we go.
Yeah, I didn't highlight it. And we Hard Fork Gaming's here. Lad City's there. Come on.
Well, it is.
That's some creator monetization for you right there. So,
dude, there's I mean, DrDisRespect coming in, even though I'm sure he'll get some funding for his stuff. I mean, that's what they're looking at. And they make a good point that, NFTs just open up for creators so many ways to monetize and to further the communities. So, check out Chris Dixon on Twitter if you're not following him. He's kind of a thought leader and also works with A16Z, Andreessen Horowitz. And they also introduced this 2022 State of the Crypto report. And they break down some key takeaways. We won't go through all of it now, but you can see how they're thinking with the cycles of, there's a price set in place, and then there's like a certain amount of interest, and then new ideas are created, and then finally startups and projects start to get built out. And usually that's kind of like a building phase. They say these are the common cycles for projects that people invest in, essentially, and this is how they're looking at it. And we're kind of right at the beginning of this new time because there's a lot of startups and things being built. Got the bear market. A lot of folks did leave, but that doesn't scare away the builders because, the vision's there. We see where we're headed. There's cool teams. There's great teams built, partnerships made. And that's exactly how the investors are thinking. So all of us looking for the cool new projects and games. I mean, these guys are helping out. I don't know, love them or hate them. I don't know. It's because it's this interesting crossover. You get a lot of Silicon Valley big money into this Web3 space. I don't know if there's any thoughts. Throw them in the comments. Anything here. I just wanted to point out the fact that we're in a bear market, but there's a lot of funds coming and a lot of building happening. So it's pretty exciting.
Pretty exciting,
y'all.
Pretty excite. Much excite.
Much excite.
I'm very excited for Unreal 5. We've been getting some comments.
Dude.
Rostov is giving some insight into Unreal 5 is what I can play. Oh, because of the low specs.
I know.
Feel you, brother. Yeah, that's the one thing with Unreal 5. It looks so great, but you need better computers for it. And, I think we all just have to keep upgrading our computers like we do our phones and our minds.
And our minds. 100%.
100% indeed.
Oh, man. Well, that's what I got on that, guys. Any other shout-outs before we get into some gaming? Because I want to show some folks some racing. But, Matt, Buff? Anything before we kick that bad boy off?
I think it's one of those with the bear market right now. There's still money flooding in here, but it's not going into investing in the actual assets themselves. It's going into strategic partnerships like Animoca raising a tons last month, and they're taking over. I mean, Animoca is at the top right now when it comes to acquisitions. And I think there's just so much money flooding in that just shows you that this cycle is here. Yes, we're at the bottom or close to it, but doesn't mean people are stopping and building or walking away from what they've already built. They're continuing to grow, many of them, and the cream will rise to the top here as we start to come up next. And I look forward to that, man. And I love the news that we were able to throw in here. You guys will try to keep some news coming in on every event too.
Yeah.
Like breaking news that Matt brought in about DrDisRespect, who I didn't even know about till I hung out with the Godfather of Vlad City, NFTYQ, and he was like, "Hey man, you know about DrDisRespect?" And I ended up watching a documentary, and the fact that he's 6'8", the fact that I'm 6'8", say no more. I was hooked. I was like, "All right, I'll follow this guy till the end of Earth." Yeah,
Y'all gotta
Are you
meet.
my brother? Yeah, exactly. So I think it's amazing the way that he handles himself.
I got the DrDisRespect hair going on right now.
I was gonna
do,
say,
man. You
just
really do.
shave off the beard and you're
Right?
there, bro.
And
Come on.
bust out the glasses, and you're good to go.
Oh
man.
man, it's getting toasty in this room, but I'm ready to race. I don't know about y'all.
Let's do a giveaway.
Let's do that.
Giveaway.
All right.
We got to spin
I'll
that
prep
wheel.
that.
We got people antsy over here saying, "Spin the damn wheel already."
Sorry, jeez. Well, give me a minute. Give me a minute. It's this whole streaming thing. I got to figure out how to do a little easier. But Matt, maybe explain a little bit more of the like what are we doing with this engage to earn with more giveaways in the future, so it's not just on these streams.
Yeah,
you know?
dude. There's so many ways to earn NFTs. I mean, obviously, being on these live streams, we're giving a ton of them away. But if you're following us on Twitter and you're retweeting our stuff on Twitter and you're liking our stuff on Twitter, if you're in our Discord, you're helping that community stay active and engaging and sharing cool alpha in the community. If you're over on YouTube and liking and commenting on stuff, we have a TikTok account now. I mean, we're still trying to figure out how the hell to use TikTok, but we have a TikTok account now. And if you're following us on TikTok and liking stuff on TikTok, then that all counts. We just want to hook up the community. These game companies are hooking us up with great NFTs and value, and we want to turn around and give it back to the community that supports us and supports the games that we're talking about. So, be an active part of the community and show that you're interested in what we're doing and share stuff around, and we're gonna hook you up. You're gonna be getting some NFTs, some tokens. I mean,
oh yeah.
Anybody who's already received their REVV Racing car from us knows that there's a few extra little bonuses that drop into your wallet along with it as well. So it's not even just cars. We're giving away tokens, and we're getting our alpha group. We're calling our Alpha 100 group. That's the first 100 people that we're like, these are the best, most engaged people in our group right now. That Alpha 100, we're getting you on Whitelist. We're getting you NFTs. We're giving you all sorts of cool stuff. You guys are going to be the first ones to get hooked up. And the way to end up in that Alpha 100 is to be one of the 100 most engaged people in our community. That's pretty much as simple as it is.
That's true, that. And you actually said something that we have not said yet, which I'll cover in the Rev thing here is, yeah, we're actually giving folks tokens to get started, giving you tokens to kind of get going on some of these fronts. There's always little transaction fees and all that stuff, but I'll show you why. I have some tips and tricks on how you're going to use that in a second here. But let's spin that wheel.
Before you spin it, make sure to add my man Rich, who just jumped in. He missed the first half of the show. But Rich, Diets, well, let's get you on that list, my man.
Oh, there he is. All right, Rich, I'm added you right now.
Good to see Rich. Rich, I think, has been listening to Hustle and Flowchart for a while. Dude. Definitely recognize the name. He's been hanging out in our circles for a bit, so great to see you on the stream, and glad you can make it, even if it is a little bit late.
OG. That's all good. Late is fine. All right, so let's spin this wheel, and let me make it so that arrow. Don't look at the arrow. We're just gonna
scroll down to see who it says on. It's the wheel
I made the
we
timer
don't
a
watch.
little longer. What do we got?
It's
As
up.
is up. All right.
Sorry for
what to
butchering
do.
your name. We don't mean to be offensive. We just.
I do.
Is anyone really offensive? So you know what to do. Go make sure you're on the whitelist below hardfork.gg/whitelist and put all the deets in there. Make sure they are valid so we can actually send you this NFT and coins. And also go to the Discord. Let us know that you are the winner. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to spin it again. Because, wait, can we spin it again? Do we have enough NFTs to go around? Enough?
Have we run out yet, Buff?
We have enough. All right, fine. Let's do this. Spin it again.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Sorry if your name's Whammy.
Oh, is Rich the lucky man?
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Oh, he came at the right time.
That's right. Put all my money on Rich.
Oh, man.
Rich, you can thank Buffalo for that one. And yourself
Team
for being
Rich,
here.
baby.
Team Rich. Get in there, Rich.
Since you guys might have come in late, the protocol here is make sure you're on that whitelist. I think Rich already said he's on the whitelist. And then just jump into the Discord. Let us know that you won, and we will get you connected up after the call.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. I want to race, y'all. I want to race.
We want you to race. I think that the audience wants you to race. And what are you about to race?
I want to talk crap, honestly.
Yeah, well, we're going to do that, me and you, for sure.
Well, we can do a little bit of racing first and maybe explain from there. That's a little out of order, but yeah, let's just break it. It'll be quick. Rev Racing, we've been talking about this. These are the cars. I'll scroll down to some of these different NFTs or cars that they got, and we're not giving away all of these because they have a whole ton, and I don't think we can even access them all, but you can just see they got some cool, just all sorts of different things going on. They have different stats. So when you get into Rev, which I recommend, and there's a lot of reasons why, it's super simple. We're giving you cars and some tokens to get started, and you can earn. So I'm going to show you in these tournaments. They're actually making it really fun, where every day there's multiple tournaments happening. We actually just chatted with the Animoca team yesterday, and that's part of their plan. So they're going to keep that going, and you can benefit from that. Obviously, you're not guaranteed any of that stuff. I'm going to show you how it works and give you some tips on how to do it right. So what Matt was saying is when you win an NFT, one of these cars, with engaging with all of our content, and we still have a lot. Even after the stream, we'll be giving out some. You want to make sure that you get the NFT, so the car itself, but also you're going to get some Matic, some token. I believe you're going to get about one Matic, and that's good for essentially the transaction. So each race, there's like the tiniest little fraction that you'll need to sign and pay with that Matic token, which we'll give you, and some Rev as well. I think it's 5 Rev we're given at the time of this stream, at least. And that Rev can be used to enter in some of these events that they are holding, which I was telling you, and I'll just show those first. So this, each one of these, I think they're all different tracks. So, if you're horrible on a certain track, like this one just eats me up every time. So that's going to be fun. Luckily it's dry, so it's not pouring rain. Won't be as bad. I would suggest to actually practice. So you could practice with the tokens we're giving you, the Matic, and you don't have to spend any Rev token. And, of course, you can exchange these tokens, sell these cars. If you just don't like racing or hate us for some reason, you can just offload all that stuff. But we don't condone that. It's fun. And especially if you want some more from us, I want to see what you're doing on the racetrack. And I personally want to beat you, but I'll be the pacing car for you. I want to see people try to get me. So I'm going to try to do it live here. But what I would do is practice these tracks first and then go to a live tournament, because what is going on in these tournaments, I believe it costs about 1 Rev typically to enter one, and then the top 200 people actually get to earn from this. So you can see if you're in first place, you're going to earn 90 Rev tokens. It starts to go down 87, 85, all the way down to 200. So if you go down there, it's 1.2 between 101st and 200th place. And essentially, if you're that good to place, well, then you're even with the token, or up 0.2. So that's kind of the rundown. I think it changes every time slightly. I always look at the deets, but I think it's the perfect time to kind of get in, get competitive. It's a lot more fun with this, the tournaments going. What I'm going to do now is just show you how fast it is to connect your wallet and get your MetaMask going. Shouldn't be sharing any fun details here. Here we go. Let me just log in. Incorrect password is a good start.
There you go. First one to guess just password wins a lot of NFTs.
Would you like me to read your password to you out loud?
Are you kidding me, brah? Oh, come on. How is this not working right now? Hold on 1 minute. MetaMask is not popping up. There we go.
We'll let you handle that. In the meantime, I just want to thank everybody for watching this stream. If you're just tuning in right now, this is the very first premiere episode of Let's Fork and Go Live. That's what the LFG stands for. And down below, you see those 3 little fingers pointing down at the hardfork.gg/whitelist. That's what you want to sign up for. If you do that, we're going to give you free NFTs. Right now, we have our first level, which is the REVV Racing level, which means anybody who signs up for that whitelist gets verified by our team. We're going to make sure you're real and not a bot. We will give you a free Rev Racing car, 1 Matic, like Joe was saying, and 5 Rev tokens so that you can actually enter your first race on us, and you can hopefully win the big prize. And guess what? You get to keep everything. We don't get a percentage of any of that. I mean, you can give us some. We'll give it right back to you, though. We want you to hold on to it all yourself. You get to own the car. Hell, you can rent the car out and make money on it on your own, or you can sell the car. It is all up to you. The way that we are creating a model different than the play to earn is engage to earn. So if you follow us on this journey, this is our first live event. We'll be doing 2 every month. that we're going to be giving away a lot of stuff. And those that follow all the requirements for each level, there'll be a new level next month, possibly Phantom Galaxies. We'll be giving you guys free NFTs to engage in those games and do a lot of fun stuff. Joe, back to you.
We are ready.
Somebody guessed your password correctly, Joe.
It was New England clam chowder, wasn't it?
No, it was Dirty Pickle.
Man.
Dale guessed Dirty Pickle.
Dirtiest pickle.
Nice.
Moving on. All right. So what you're going to want to do is connect your old MetaMask wallet and make sure you're on the Polygon network. So that is important. And make sure your rev is showing up. So, you know, if you are lucky enough to get one of these cars, I saw some people saying in the Discord already that they're not lucky. That is not true. The giveaways are never over. So make sure you're still engaging because we still got more spins coming up. Come on. So Rev shows on the top. These are the Rev tokens, and the Matic is just inside of MetaMask. But now that the connect button is gone, hit that play now button. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to practice. I'm just going to get right into a tournament here. I think a new one literally just started, actually. So this is great. No, it's the same damn track. I hate this track. All right, here we go. So Blitz Run, you can see the prize pool's 3,000 Rev, and like I said, top 200 play. And I'm just going to see what's going on here. So this is where you choose your car. I got a couple of them. You got the Sprint 6 going on. You can see there's different specs on the right. And I'm gonna drive this rooster around. Now, what I've noticed is that certain cars tend to be on these leaderboards a little bit more often. So take a look at that, and we're going to do our best to always capture those cars and send those to you. But either way, you know, and look at this. There it is, 1 rev per try. So that's the fee. Make sure you have your car. This is synced up to your wallet. I'm just going to hit race. Pretty simple, standard controls. You know, just use your arrows, little back key for brake. Here's a little Matic, so you're going to spend just a tiny little bit of Matic for the gas transaction fee to get started. There should be one more thing to sign before we actually start loading this game up and going. It's pretty dang quick. And I also heard if you don't have a PC that runs all the graphics on this at top notch, there is a way to downscale it so it runs for you. It is a desktop, it's not mobile, unfortunately, but I know Rev, they're building out all sorts of cool stuff. They have a whole ecosystem as well with the Rev token. So keep a lookout, and we're going to keep giving you all the scoop there as it's still thinking and thinking. Oh, here we go. All right. Oh, another cool feature that most people don't know about, you can actually share your car to another driver. So if for whatever reason you don't want to race or you can't race, go give it to someone else, and I believe you could share some earnings. Have not done that feature, but that's where the option is there. All right, let's do this race. We're going to sign one last time. Bam. And hopefully we got some audio. We'll test that before we race because it's always more fun that way. Now I want to hear some chitta chatta, boys.
I'm really expecting to see Joe just dominate with how much he's played Rev Racing. Because
I've been playing a lot.
He's played quite a bit. And he's
true.
talked a lot of crap. There's literally a video of Joe saying, "Hey, I'm going to beat all of you at Rev Racing, so don't come at me, bro."
Don't come at me, bro.
We just have really, really high expectations for Joe's skill level here.
That's right.
All right. You hear me?
Ricky
No
Bobby,
pressure.
You hear me?
take it away.
All right, you got my audio?
We got it.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, so we're off the track here.
There you go. Just follow that cursor.
I kind of like this view. Yeah, I'm gonna move that cursor out the way.
So you like the cockpit view better than
I do. It gets me right there on the track. Feels a little faster. Oh, I don't know. Here we go. All right, so this is all like a time trial kind of thing. You're supposed to. Oh, I don't know how I. Okay. So when it goes red, supposedly you're supposed to. You're supposed to do that.
There you go. Oh, it's good spinning.
Oh, nice.
Oh, land it.
I love that this is for money right now.
Judges, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10.
It slowed me
5
down
out
for
of
this
10.
horrible turn right here.
There you go.
There
Yeah,
we
at least
go.
you slowed down for the turn.
All
At
right,
least you
here we go,
slowed
here we
down
go.
for the turn. Looking on the bright side.
So I think there's only one lap. That's the beautiful thing with these tournaments. You don't have to.
I think for your sake, I think I would wish it was more than one.
Yeah.
Hey, now.
Sir, did your airbag deploy on that? How are you still driving?
I want to get back into this view. Hold on. We got time. Oh, no.
Hey,
Come on.
Come on, hands on the wheel. 10 and 2, bro. What are
There
you
we go.
doing?
There we go. Oh, my God. Uh-oh,
Told you
hold
not
on.
to text and drive, bro.
Oh, no. Did my car break?
Did the car break down? Is that a thing that can happen?
It hasn't happened. Uh-oh.
Ladies
I
and
think we had to
gentlemen,
restart this, boys. And
Kokomo
girls.
Joe.
Kokomo Joe.
All right. We're going to have to go back because this is actually, this is a first. My brake lights aren't working.
Do you have AAA?
I should get it. Here, we're gonna do this again, boys and girls. We'll cut this.
Hey, Rostov gave you a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, invalid session.
There we go. Thank God it didn't count. All right, one more time. Let's do this fast.
Man,
boom,
that was
boom.
That was good until it wasn't. Yeah.
Let's do it again. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
More sound
yeah.
effects. This is great. All right, Rooster. Don't do me wrong.
I think it did last time.
It did
You
me
might
way
wanna
wrong.
Check the engine, bro.
Honestly, I haven't played this car much.
I'm really struggling at what level of appropriateness I could speak at, because I would call that car a different thing, but I don't know if it's appropriate or not.
You mean the?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that one.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
you
I was
were
going to
gonna
call
say
it a Beal.
Yeah.
Really?
All right, come on. The waiting's the
All
hardest
right,
part.
Kokomo, show us there. What do you
Waiting's
got?
The hardest part.
Did you fill it up? Were you on the empty when you
I
started?
think-
Did you make sure there was gas in it?
I've got theories.
I gotta stretch out for this one.
Yeah, that's gonna help.
I didn't bring my helmet today. I'm definitely gonna need it. Come
Dale says, don't worry, you still have family. And that's what really matters.
on. Oh my God. I
But
wanna
at
see-
this race really matters. Your family's watching on the second one, okay?
Yeah, they might be watching now. They're like, first live stream. No, I think Jake from Steak Farm, he's in the group, and he was posting some times from the leaderboard, and I think he crushed me at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fun. I don't know what's going on with my sesh here.
I just think...
I might need to close out and restart if we're not syncing up here. All right, one sec. Let's start fresh. Well, here we go. If you want to check out OpenSea, let me just do a little quick tip here. The car that I seem to see win all of the tournaments is this one called SRX.
Ooh.
Go check that one out.
Look
So
at that paint
Insider,
job, too.
Yeah,
I know, paint job.
Kermit
you
the
know,
Frog looking. Okay.
There's a lot of Christmas look there. Yeah, that's
It
an
does
elf.
look like a
Let's take a
Christmas
car that looks like a McLaren and paint it to look like a clown.
Hey now. So, all right, Rev, we're gonna get back to you. Let's see what we got. All right, we're connected. We're gonna play. Thanks y'all for hanging out with me and watching the best racer ever.
Rostov thinks you did that just for the hype.
You think I did that?
Joe wants your sympathy votes. All
Thank
right.
you so much. Y'all are too nice. These guys I'm in the house with, not so nice.
If you haven't already, give it a thumbs up on the video. Joe wants those sympathy
Yeah.
thumbs ups.
I need some sympathy thumbs up. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. All right. Oh, come on. I need some like background music or something. I wish I had that queued up here. Where they
You're the
should-
best around.
That's right.
I don't know
man,
the rest
you
of
had
the
that-
words, sad to say.
I know.
I never let you get you down.
He said you're sandbagging so you can mop them up.
I'm totally sandbagging right now.
So
My
this
hands
is
are useless.
that's what he's doing. He's trying to get everybody to think that he really sucks so that he can come in and dominate all of
Oh
you.
man, come on! I'm getting so antsy right now. Is it the car? I don't think it's the car. It can't be the car.
Now, any of you that
Got
got
the
a
Rev.
Rev car on the whitelist already, you OGs out there,
Yeah.
if you can record yourself dominating what Joe just tried to do, I'm going to
Please
send
do
you a
better.
bunch more cars.
I mean, really, all it takes is
challenge.
actually making it all the way around the track.
Make sure
That's
to
really
tag
all it
us,
takes.
Hard Fork Gaming, and also tag Rev Racing on Twitter. If you follow through with that, Buffalo, a man of his word, will hook you up with multiple cars that are better than the car that you used. I promise you that.
Killing me, bro. It's killing me. I'm gonna reconnect.
So to actually beat Joe, though, you really just have to finish the lap.
You really
Yeah,
got
you got to record it, though. We haven't
Yeah,
got
record it,
anybody
yeah.
recording their race and tweeting it yet with Hard Fork
Yeah,
Gaming.
we've got some screenshots.
Yeah.
We'd love to see some video clips.
That's right.
Yeah,
Those
videos
that
the
send
best.
us video clips, we hook up even better.
Yeah.
The more we see, right, Matt? Let's see. God. All right.
That's well
Yeah,
said,
that was-
sir. Well said.
Joe, I think the problem is your mobile.
Oh my god.
Because it's got a giant on the front.
Dude, I'm sorry, y'all. Maybe we play some other games. Do we?
One thing I would suggest, though, when you're using the Polygon blockchain,
Yes.
I would always go and pump up the gas a little bit because Polygon tends to lag a little bit if you don't go and up the gas in pretty
maybe
much every
that's
game
what I
I've
should
played.
do.
So that's just a little quick tip for anybody who
I always
is.
go to medium. Yeah, make sure
Yep,
it goes
Medium. All right, let's do that. Huh?
through. Yeah.
Let's go. So medium.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna
click
learn.
on edit. Go up to click on edit right down there below the price.
Yes, medium.
Click there.
Man.
Edit suggested gas price. and then you could click on medium or high. I actually usually just go to high because it's like another
You're
half
like
of a
premium
cent.
in the gas. Okay,
It's like another half
We're
of a
going
penny.
high on this one. Oh yeah, look at how much that is.
Look at
Just,
that. You learn
another
something new
fraction.
every day.
And then that usually solves a lot of problems with Polygon because Polygon does tend to lag if you just let it use the suggested price for whatever reason.
We're bullish on Polygon though. Don't get that wrong.
We are because DrDisRespect is bullish on Polygon.
That's right.
And if DrDisRespect says it, then DrDisRespect is who I respect.
The bullish goes down a
Because
little
he's a
bit if we
doctor.
can't pull
Because he's
this
a
off.
doctor.
All right, we need a plan B, boys and girls. Maybe we'll
I
come
think we
back
just
to
give
it.
away more NFTs. Hit the wheel, man.
I
I
hit
think
the
that's a
wheel.
good plan as
Come
well.
on. When in
All
doubt,
right.
spin the wheel and shout. Let's
Well,
go,
I got
baby.
the wheel too, so I gotta go. Hold up. Let's see. I gotta pull the names. Let's see. Who's here? Who's here?
There's me looking frozen.
There we got
and
no
sort of sad.
VOT. Well said, Robbie.
Well said. Well said. Great timing. Thanks for hanging with the boys and girls.
Give me
here.
that which I desire.
So I think we'll do one more wheel. I think we're going to wrap up this very verse stream. We're going to be more polished on the next one with some more gameplay. And guess what? If you're on the whitelist, just like what Mr. Beast does when you subscribe, he brings you into his challenges. So anyone that's on the whitelist for the next event might have a chance to come onto the show and compete for a very valuable NFT. That's right. You heard it here first, folks. Join that whitelist,
Here.
and forever your life will be changed.
Oh yeah,
All right.
and you know, just because you may not have won a NFT on this actual live stream here, we're literally just going through our email list and saying, you get an NFT,
true.
you get an NFT, you get an NFT. So make sure you're on that whitelist because we are definitely hooking people up. Anybody that's been a part of Hard Fork Gaming for the last month knows we've been just sending NFTs, and you don't really have to do much to get them either.
We're
You just
not,
got to engage with us.
It's not a bunch of hot air coming out of our mouths. That's there, but
What do we got?
all right. I don't know. Let's see.
Are you still trying to race, or are we trying
I'm
to give
doing
away?
both. I got both. I'm getting everybody antsy here. We're going high one more time. I'm just spinning all the gas, all
Joe
the
loves
magic I
getting
got.
high while on stream.
There we go. All right, you ready for this? We're gonna
Spin
do
that wheel.
3.
3.
Why not?
Don't stare directly at it.
Ah,
Don't look! Don't look! Don't look! Don't look! No! 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 Oh!
Come,
yeah.
come.
Oh,
Hey,
oh,
Asmodee! What a guy.
You win! You know what to do. Hardfork.gg/whitelist and hit us up in the Discord. We're gonna do this again. Let's go.
Let's go.
And we might have some duplicates because you're still here.
Hey, it happens.
And thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, if it happens, it happens.
We need
That's
better
right.
music or some back. Yeah, we're learning about all the things. Who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got?
Oh,
Do some new ones. Here we go.
Jared
Here we go.
Van Dyke.
Jared.
Well done, Jared. I knew you had it in you all along. You know, you really came through strong at the end.
I was really rooting for Jared.
I was too, man.
All right. You know what to do. I want to see that Discord chat from you. I've been seeing a bunch of people pop. All right, next. Let's go.
Are we going to have a one where we don't double up on
man.
anybody? That'd be
Oh,
really
I don't
impressive.
know.
I know, right? That's like something. Oh, of course, though. The
Llama
first
got a double.
and the last, the Llama 6666. I mean, of
Start
any
with
llama.
llama.
There's one more 6 too at the end of that. 666.
We finish where we started.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. I mean, it just makes sense. Llama is the mod of all mods over at Lad City, and he deserves 2 of everything. All right, so he's going to get 2. All right, because he's got too many 6s. He's going to have too many NFTs by the end of the night.
Is he really the last though?
you just spin
I don't know.
Really,
I don't
guys?
know. I mean, he's in the
Jeez.
There's just.
How rich
Is he
are we?
really the
Yeah, we'll
last?
find out here. What do we got? What do we got?
Hash
Hey,
rhymes.
and that makes
Hash
sense.
rhymes.
The greatest mod to ever exist. Hash rhymes.
It pays
I mean,
to show up
come
to these
on.
live streams.
It
What can we
pays
say?
to show
It
up.
pays.
What can we say?
Congratulations.
Oh man.
There you
Yeah.
go. She was just congratulating Llama, and boom, she wins as well. That's how
Well,
it works.
Karma. It's karma, right?
It's
All right.
karma.
Karma.
I see what you did there.
I don't know what I did there.
Ah, karma. All right, so we're gonna try
One
this
last try, and then we're gonna
more
wrap her up,
live. Yeah. I'm feeling lucky today, guys and gals.
Are you? I don't know.
Ron,
The
I'm
first
surprised.
race didn't look so lucky.
I'm not feeling lucky on here.
I've never
though.
seen it break down. I don't know.
That was the
Well,
first, and
yeah.
look we got in. I promise I will be
It
posting
could just
this.
be because we're trying to stream and do a billion different things all at the same time. So
Yeah.
Surprised my computer hasn't crashed yet. So
Yeah, and
everything's
his
working
computer
well.
runs on Kraft macaroni and cheese or something. I don't know what's wrong with his computer.
did you feed it this morning, Joe?
I did not. You know what we're gonna do in the meantime?
Oh my God, we're still going.
Go!
Come on now. What do we got? Oh.
Oh my gosh! Ooh, that's
Hey, that's 2.
That's a
as
something.
well.
another double up.
That's a double.
we win, or they won. Ah, all right. Well,
I don't think Rev is happening. I think too many things going at the same time on the computer.
you know what? I'm gonna do this really fast. There's I don't know if most people know about this. If you're following us, you probably heard about it. Check out fractal.is because you want to play some games and definitely pick from ones that are live right now. I could totally pick one now, but we probably should just wrap up. We've been going a while. Check out some of these on the left-hand side. You can see the play now. One that we love the most is this one right here. They pronounce it Eve or EV.io. This thing is super fun. They just minted a bunch of things, but you could play this right here in the browser. So if you're itching for some first-person shooter or anything that is actually just right here and going to work right away, go for it.
Oh yeah, this will definitely work.
Yeah, might as well get some gaming in a little bit, huh? And then maybe we, I don't know. If you want to leave, you can leave, but that's on you.
Joe does not want to leave yet.
I don't want to leave yet. I want to go. I want to play some games. Ow! Ooh, ah! Here we go. Here we go.
That one.
All right, Joe style.
All right, Joe's gonna go one time until he dies. Show us what you got, Joe.
Until he dies.
Until I die. Okay, here we go.
Is
All
there
right, we're doing
anybody else in the
katanas
room?
only, and it's kind of skipping right now, probably because we're doing a lot of stuff. Do I have other people in this game with me? There we go.
Big Beast is in the room.
All right, Beast.
Get him,
Not to
get
be
him.
confused with
That's
Mr.
your guy.
Beast.
Oh. Everyone. Oh, you got the rocket launcher.
Oh, he pulled out a sword. He pulled out a sword.
Who brings a gun to a sword fight? Cheater.
Oh, yeah.
He saw that you were holding a sword and said,
He
let's
still
do
is,
this.
so we're in it.
Come on, Joe. Full redemption right here.
Oh, get out of here. Oh, I'm going to get you first.
This is what you all paid for.
And
There we
Joe's
go.
dead.
All right, Joe. One last one. Come on.
I got to get a kill,
yeah,
man.
exactly.
Can't leave me like this.
No.
Where the
I just
people
love
at?
how that guy was shooting you with rockets, saw that you had a sword, and went, oh, so we're doing this.
So we're doing this.
This is it, huh? This is how you want to go.
Uh-oh. Where's that shooting at? Oh, man. Oh, come on. Oh, no.
Oh, he's almost dead. All you gotta do is hit him once. There it is.
Ow,
Boom.
sword kill, baby. Got one.
I knew you could do it, kid.
Best around.
Nope. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, behind me. Oh, you got... Oh, man.
Oh, and you're dead.
Rocket launch is back for more. All right, well,
I like how down on the bottom somebody wrote try hard.
Yeah.
try hard. I'm going to
Try
start...
hard, man.
What?
Yep.
All
This
right.
game is fun, but how to get NFTs.
There we go.
So if you want the NFTs, just a reminder, make sure you're on hardfork.gg/whitelist.
filled
Go to the whitelist, be on that email list. We're hooking up people with NFTs who are on that email list.
We're hooking you up in many which ways. Oh, I'm going to get you. Oh, this guy looks like he actually knows what he's doing. He's got skins.
Oh, that guy
really?
probably actually bought one of the NFTs.
He actually bought
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can actually earn some soul, some
I think
Solana
Joe's
coin.
just in here as
Yeah.
a guest right now, so you can't
Yeah.
see all of Joe's special weapons and NFTs.
Oh, yeah, I'm not. Thank God this is not going on my personal record yet.
You sound like you were in school again. I'm glad this isn't on my personal record. Oh wait, they call it
There we
permanent
go.
record.
All right, we're going to wrap this one up, guys. This game is... What game are we watching here? EV.io.
EVO, Eve.io, Evio,
Evio.
or just Eve, whatever you want to
Eve.
say, we'll accept.
Yeah.
But it's pretty dang cool. There's
we
a lot
go.
of fun stuff. I'm gonna
Joe,
close
if you want to
this
close
so-
out of that, thank
We
you. I can't
are.
control the audio, so kind of helpless
We
on
are
this one.
out.
I appreciate you guys. It's been a great first stream, fellas. I'll let you guys lead us on out.
We're going out now, and that was a fun stream. What am I showing my screen? Here we go.
Once again, let's just one last reminder before we check out. Make sure you go to hardfork.gg/whitelist. We're going to be giving away all sorts of NFTs. This live stream, we gave away a lot. We're going to be giving away a lot more just by being on our mailing list. Watch our Twitter, watch our YouTube, hang out in the Discord. Just by interacting, engaging with us, hanging out in those places, we're going to hook you up with more NFTs. You're also going to get notified about these other live streams. We're going to be doing these a couple times a month. And like you saw in this one, we're just going to be giving away NFTs like they're candy. And, we all like candy. I hope you like candy too. If you like the candy that we're giving away, get on hardfork.gg/whitelist. That's all I got to say about
here's
that.
proof that the game works and it's fun and people are racing. They're on the tracks, all right? And yeah, see, we got race results. So be one of those, all right? Hardfork.gg/whitelist. You guys rock for being here for so long. till next time, 2 weeks from now, we'll give
2
you the
weeks.
time. We'll let
Next
you know.
event. Don't miss it. More NFTs to give away. And if you all won one, all you got to do is head into the Discord. We'll get you dialed in. Make sure if you're brand new here to sign up for the whitelist. Until next time, we're out.
Let's fork and go.